The epic roadshow picture is something that appears a few times nowadays, but not as much as in the 1960s. Nonetheless, it's always interesting when a filmmaker decides to go that route, and with The Brutalist, Brady Corbet has crafted something that calls back to them while also having its own unique identity as it digs into the American dream. During its over 3.5-hour runtime, including an intermission, the film presents a sprawling look at an Hungarian architect navigating his new life in America and the Jewish immigrant experience. His story becomes a fascinating one, with Corbett taking a critical eye towards the way newcomers are treated, even when they might feel assimilated. The film's two halves are clearly divided, with the first focusing on Laszlo Toth and the second bringing his family into the mix. Through Adrien Brody's performance, we see someone still scarred from his experience during the Holocaust and trying to now survive in the United States. It's a subtle performance that tells us so much about Laszlo through his eyes and how he reacts to everything thrown his way. The most fascinating aspect of the film is his relationship with the wealthy Harrison Lee Van Buren, who funds his architectural desires. Brody depicts the contempt he has for that man, while also knowing he's giving him the money to design his ambitious buildings. It's an interesting exploration on the theme of art versus capitalism. The Brutalist also comments on the immigrant experience and what it means to go someplace where you are a minority. Corbett never makes the viewer forget that the Toths are Jewish and the impact that has on their decision-making, whether it's scenes of them going to synagogue services or references to the recently established modern state of Israel. It's all pivotal to their character development and how they're viewed by this upper-class WASP family. Corbett and Mona Fasov's screenplay explores these themes and concepts with the right depth, while also making the dialogue fit the characters and the attitudes. In addition to Brody, the other actors also deliver exceptional work. Guy Pearce comes in with a lot of explosive rage and perfectly depicts the pampered and controlling nature of Harrison. Felicity Jones also delivers great work as Laszlo's wife, showing how tired she is of everything they've had to overcome, and Raffi Cassidy is appropriately subtle as their traumatized niece. The Brutalist is a visual spectacle with several amazing shots that showcase Laszlo's architectural work, along with the very stunning landscapes. Remarkably, despite the runtime, it's never felt, and it's a shock when the intermission card pops up, as it does not seem like the film has been running for very long. That's a credit to Corbett's direction and his understanding of how to pace scenes and keep the viewer riveted. The Brutalist is a stunning piece of cinema, with Brady Corbet taking inspiration from classic Hollywood epics while also planting his own flag. It's a fascinating criticism of how immigrants are treated, even when they desperately try to fit in. Laszlo Toth becomes a compelling protagonist, one with obvious flaws, and yet still wanting to follow his story as it deals with the treatment given to him in this new country he tries to make home. It's a thought-provoking film with a lot in its mind, and the script successfully handles those themes as it digs further into what the characters are going through and the choices they make. It's always wonderful when an ambitious film is able to achieve what it sets out to do, and so much more.